Now, despite the ceasefire between the United States and Iran still being in place, the crisis in West Asia is only deepening further. Within 24 hours of announcing the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, Iran shut down the Strait of Hormuz again, saying that the United States has still blocked its ports. The American President Donald Trump, who appears convinced that a deal with Iran could be concluded pretty soon, has issued a fresh warning. Trump has called on Iran to not blackmail Washington with its flip-flopping on the status of the Strait of Hormuz. And this has come after Tehran declared the strategic waterway to be shut again because the Americans were not willing to lift the blockade on Iranian ports.
They have no Navy, they have no Air Force, they have no leaders, they have no nothing. Actually, their leaders are, it is regime change. You call that enforced regime change. But we're talking to them. They wanted to close up the strait again, you know, as they've been doing for years, and they can't blackmail us.
Now, Donald Trump's remarks have come as tensions between Iran and the United States have escalated once again. The fight for control of the Hormuz continues to rage on, and the Iranian Supreme Leader Mojtaba has warned that Tehran's navy is ready to defeat the American forces. In a statement issued on his Telegram channel, Mojtaba, who has not been seen in public since and before the start of the war, said that Iran's brave navy stands ready to make the enemies taste the bitterness of new defeats. Meanwhile, Iran's deputy foreign minister has asserted that the Americans cannot impose their will on Iran with a siege. He's also clarified that no date has been set for the next round of talks with the United States. This comes as Trump claims that there are some good conversations that are ongoing with Iran. And Iran's military command has declared that it will resume the strict management of the Strait of Hormuz and has warned that it will continue to block the transit through the strait as long as the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports remains in effect. The announcement came as maritime tracking sites have shown several ships making a dash through the narrow waterway. The United Kingdom's maritime trade operations has reported gunfire targeting at least 2 merchant vessels that were trying to navigate the Strait of Hormuz. And according to the agency, 1 tanker was hit by gunfire and a container ship was also hit by an unknown projectile in northeast of Oman, causing damage to some containers. And according to Iran's state broadcaster, the IRIB, 2 Indian-flagged vessels have also been turned back from the strait, and that gunfire was involved in turning the ships back. And India has lodged a protest over the shooting in the Strait of Hormuz. The ambassador of Iran was called in for a meeting with India's foreign secretary in New Delhi. During the meeting, New Delhi conveyed its concerns about the incident and has urged the envoy to convey India's concerns to the authorities in Iran, while also resuming the process of facilitating the India-bound ships across the strait. The 2-week-long ceasefire in the US-Israeli war on Iran is scheduled to end on the 22nd of April, and the latest escalation is not a good sign about the chances of a permanent end to the war.